Well, it seems people are hungry for more Simpsons musical analytical content. They hunger for it in their very souls. Well, I'm here to see to that because I'm going to honour a request today for the Monorail song, which many of you will know who watch The Simpsons, and is indeed one that I used to wear out on my Discman when I kept cycling backwards to listen to it again and again when I was younger. And it's been lovely to go back to it now with my more trained ears and hear everything that was going on. And it is incredible. Once again, Del Hake is the orchestrator. I think he's really been my hero this whole time through The Simpsons. And there's a sense of escalation brought out over about 50 seconds of music, which is just incredible. It starts out with this call and response between Lyle Lanley and the crowd as he answers their questions. And there's just a solo piano at that point when Lyle Lanley is playing and singing to them or answering their questions. But it's quite jaunty and doesn't quite act the way you'd normally expect the piano to act in a situation like that. And I've discovered, watching the clip again yesterday, that it's because the animators had made Lyle Lanley have like a hand up at a certain point and be holding a chord or still playing rhythm, or vice versa, the other hand. And so the piano part very much tries to go with that in a way that, looks kind of semi-plausible. It's really interesting. It starts with this chant, monorail, monorail, monorail. I hear those things are awfully loud. It flies as softly as a cloud. Is there a chance the track could bend? Not in your life, my good old friend. What about a spring that slobs? You'll be given cushy jobs. Were you sent here by the devil? No, good sir, I'm on the level. The ring came off my pudding can. Take my penknife, my good man. I swear it's Springfield's only choice. At this point, we get into a bit of harmonic rhythm here. It's a classic progression known to many jazz players with let's call it 4, sharp 4 diminished 7th, 1 over 5, 6 dominant 7th, and then we have a big extended 2 to 5. But what I kind of love about it is it starts up here, and the double basses started coming in here. What you'd expect in this progression is the piano to go, but it doesn't. It has a sudden registral change after 2 of the chords. I kind of love it because okay, what's going to happen next is the crowd's going to go Monorail, Monorail. The registral change. Let's do it without it. So I'm just going to go, and then you're going to hear that come in. Let's see what that feels like, shall we? I swear it's Springfield's only choice. Throw up your hands and raise your voice. Monorail. That's okay, yeah, but now hear it with the registral change that happens, with the piano just dropping down about an octave. I swear it's Springfield's only choice. Throw up your hands and raise your voice. Can you hear how suddenly there was a little more momentum coming underneath to kick us into gear for that? Which is great. So if you don't aware, this kind of progression I find a lot in like early music theatre stuff. It's like, in this case, D7, E minor 7, F diminished 7th, D over F sharp, and then same thing from just gives it a nice little escalator for the bass line to go up. And it gets Monorail, and over this time, because the crowd's singing Monorail, Monorail, you find that the orchestration starts getting snuck in underneath, and by the time we arrive at Monorail, there's already some trumpets and saxophones and stuff in there, but you haven't even noticed it happening because it's been under the dialogue. So there's just this sense of really smooth escalation of orchestration. Escalation of orchestration. Maybe that's a book title or something. We'll find out. And then after that point, there's like a bit of a saxophone trumpet line, which once they finish singing Monorail, here it go. And I think they're active while people are still singing. You can't quite hear it, but my educated guess is they're going to do something like I think they're going to go. Anyway, at that point, Marge kicks in, but Main Street's still all cracked and broken. Sorry, Mom, the mob has spoken. So we have a reprise of. No, we don't. We have this one again. The saxophones are in here holding like long notes underneath it, just giving this sort of harmonic padding, which I love. And then after that, we have this again. And my favorite thing about this, the second time round, is that you hear this bass trombone go bum, bum, bum. bum, 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 bum. You can hear they've got this sort of quaver anticipation of the at the end. At the same time, the piano's doing this ragtime thing, which you know, makes me think of you know, Scott Joplin. Oh, no, I'm thinking of Winifred Atwell. Or Scott Joplin too, Maple Leaf Rag, etc. But you also hear earlier on, what's the earlier part where it comes in with that Main Street still all cracked and broken? Sorry, Mom, the mob has spoken. You hear the piano going. That's my favourite bit, is because Bart goes, sorry, Mom, the mob has spoken. At the same time he goes, mob has spoken, the piano goes. And it's like a little counter melody, almost going, the mob has spoken, like that. The Main Street still all cracked and broken. Sorry, Mom, the mob has spoken. And then we have the it's quite brilliant the way it all happens. And you know, you've got to have to trust me, all this stuff is in there, like a treasure trove of wonderfulness hidden under our very noses. It's amazing. So here it is all in its entirety. I hear those things are awful loud. It flies as softly as a cloud. Is there a chance the track could bend? Not in your life, my good old friend. What about a springlet slobs? You'll be given cushy jobs. Were you sent here by the devil? No, good sir, I'm on the level. The ring came off my pudding can. Take my penknife, my good man. I swear it's Springfield's only choice. Throw up your hands and raise your voice. Monorail, what's it called? Monorail, once again. Monorail. But Main Street's still all cracked and broken. Sorry, Mom, the mob has spoken. Monorail. Monorail. There you go. Are you still here?